Morning, everybody. Got my Alani per usual. Today is Orange Kiss, go figure. We're doing stuff a little different this morning. Usually I go and do my walk in between dropping my daughter off at VPK and picking her up. But we have a lot of stuff going on in our community for the last 2 weeks. So where we live, we got hit pretty bad by Hurricane Milton. The storm itself was extremely scary, and a lot of people that I talked to said that it's one of the worst storms that they've ever been through. Me personally, that was the scariest thing I've ever been through. I was scared. I had my kids. My husband was there with me too, we stayed with my grandma, but that was literally the scariest I've probably ever been. It was a lot. We had a lot of debris, downed trees. There was a lot of rain. The water that was standing after the storm was pretty normal and typically what we would suspect around our area after a storm or after a lot of rain or after the summer, even lots of rain. It was the days leading after that things started taking a really bad turn. Water started coming up everywhere. The rivers were flowing into the lakes were flowing into the communities. Me personally, the community that I grew up in, my grandparents still live there. We still have friends and family that are in that neighborhood. They flood. It does flood some. The yards will be underwater. Every now and then you'd have a house that maybe would get some water in it if we got a lot of rain. The last time that I remember that neighborhood being any type of flooding was in 2004 when we had those back-to-back hurricanes. And even then, it was like the houses that were right on the lake, and it was like inches of water in their house. This time, the water just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. We are 2 weeks past Milton, and the water is just now starting to go down. And I'm not talking about just starting to go down. I'm talking about like as in 2 days ago, it just stopped. It was steadily moving towards the houses. We have houses that have 3 to 4 feet of water in them that shouldn't even have water in them at all. So this is something that could have been avoided. I think there's a lot of things going on that shouldn't be. So I'm just making this video because I know that there's a lot more communities out there that are going through the same thing. The news said that they didn't even know that we were flooded. There's a lot of people that say, oh, well, we didn't know what was going on. It took our community calling and making calls again and again and again and again to get things done. We do have our local baseball park or ballpark, whatever you want to call it. They're calling it a comfort station. There's showers. You can go do your laundry there. They're handing out food and water and things there. I know FEMA was there yesterday helping families fill out, forms, whatever they need. At our local community center, we have our local people in our community are there making lunches every day, making dinner every day. Again, our people in our community are dropping things off. As far as supplies go, we have people that have boats that are going in and out of this community to help people go take pictures, collect belongings that maybe didn't get ruined, which is very few because, like I said, these houses are underwater. So it's a lot. My sole purpose of this video is to just get this out there because, like I said, there are communities out there that are just like us that are underwater and people are not getting the help that they need. So today, what we're gonna do, I called yesterday our local Little Caesars, and they are donating 5 pizzas for me to take to the community center for these families that need it. And then another family donated $50. So with that $50, I'm going to get more pizzas to take out there. So I should be able to take roughly 10 pizzas out to the community center today, and hopefully that will at least help with lunch. Yesterday I went and took chips and things like that. That was my first day out there, and it was really heartwarming to see our community coming together as a whole to help these people that really need it. It's it's a lot. I grew up in that neighborhood. My grandparents still live in that neighborhood, so it's hard to see that. But we can't help a lot, but in the little areas that we can, we need to. Not just in our community. Like, if you can help somebody, help them, because you never know when this is going to be you in this situation and you're going to need help. I mean, whether it be just taking them a hot meal, giving them a ride, just calling them and checking on them, saying, hey, are you okay? Do you need anything? It's the thought that counts in most situations. And in this situation, watching my community fall apart and these houses go underwater it's heart-wrenching. So we're gonna go get these pizzas, we're gonna take it to the community center, and then we're gonna call around and see what other restaurants will donate some hot food for these people that need it. Our other people that live in our community that have boats have been taking hot food to the ones that are kind of stranded. There are houses in the back that they're not flooded. They're flooded in, but their house doesn't have water in it, but there's no way for them to get out unless they take a boat. So we've had, our local people taking boats, taking them stuff, bringing them to, out to shore, I guess you would say, for them to go to the store, do whatever they need to do, and then taking them back. Sorry, hang on. Sorry, I'm still not feeling the best. So I just wanted to tell you that, if there's any other community out there, you guys are not alone. But in order to get things done, a lot of times we have to come together as a whole and make it happen. So if you guys need any help, or if you need help getting it out there, I mean, we all need to stick together on this, because there's not a whole lot of help coming from anywhere else at this point. So I just want to say that I'm praying for everybody. This is a hard thing, and our flooding situation is far less than what the Carolinas are going through. But I can only imagine, just going through what we're going through in our community, what they're going through, and all the other people that we might not have heard about is going through. So like I said, my whole purpose of this video is to just get the word out there. You guys are not alone. We're not alone. I know that, but I also want people to know what is truly going on. And just to remind you that even the simple just hug somebody that is having a hard time, or praying with them. I mean, we as people need to step in and help each other in more ways than one.